voiced and scripted by gabbmew. Welcome to Senchigami Top 10s. This week I'm going over the top 10 beginner JRPGs. This selection of games is numbered by how accessible I feel each is to new players, and truly there is something for everyone. With that, I'll give a reminder that this list is personal, and to leave a like as well as your list down in the comment section below. Number 10. Coming in at number 10, we have one of the best storylines to come out this generation. A visual novel and strategy hybrid with a focus around narrative. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is based around 13 characters, of course, and 3 different intertwined timelines. You'll be traversing through each in a different era. The gameplay for this one consists of real-time strategy where you control towers and sentinels, which are giant robots controlled by your team. The main goal is to defend Earth for the survival of humankind. This game specifically makes it nearly impossible to speak about the story, and unless you've played it, you definitely won't understand. But it's been a long time coming, and it proves a unique experience for players interested in visual novels. Number 9. Next we have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. One of the best releases last gen, gets a revamp allowing players like me to enjoy the game to its fullest. This story is about a mysterious boy, sword, and the challenges both him and his friends face along the way. The setting is located on the back of 2 massive titans locked in battle, where you'll be fighting against the mechons, which are robot creatures, to save Mira, your home world. The gameplay is real-time pausable action RPG where you'll be able to select skills for your team, along with moving around the map. There's plenty of side quests, lore, and hidden treasures to find, backed with a great story, memorable characters, and music. Number 8. A game that may have gone under your radar last generation was Valkyrie Chronicles 4. One of the most enjoyable strategy JRPGs on the market today. Don't let its anime style and gradient colors fool you. This title is based around an ongoing war between the struggling Federation and the overboding Empire. In this game, you'll be in control of characters' tanks, creating squads, and firing their weapons to take back control of the situation and end the war. There is a massive amount of characters and customization in this game that you can definitely take advantage of, and each level is graded, giving you more incentive to replay and get those perfect scores. Number 7. Moving on, we have Tokyo Mirage Sessions Encore, which is the Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem spin-off that nobody saw coming. A JRPG based around idol culture, as crazy as it sounds. The story centers around Itsuki and his friends who are able to venture into different dimensions, featuring dungeons. Alongside them, they have Mirages, which are kinda like personas in which they summon to use attacks and survive. Your main goal in this turn-based JRPG title is going to be to venture into the alternate dimensions to stop whoever's causing all this havoc and save the day. Number 6. One title that had updates teased recently was Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is one title I poured way too many hours into. This game is about the battles 3 different ruling families will face, unleashing different background story elements depending on which you decide to join. This is one of the few titles I can admit that I've replayed more than once because yes, it's that good. There's a vast amount of customization options when it comes to the characters you choose for your team, allowing you to change their classes, skills, and more. The gameplay is typical strategy RPG style you can expect with a twist of 2D and 3D dungeon crawling. You'll be moving all characters across the board with the goal of coming out on top every time to win for your house. Number 5. For number 5, we have NieR Automata, a fluid action RPG which revived a series that could have been forgotten otherwise. You start off your journey playing as 2B, an android developed by humans to fight a war between them and alien-created machines. Throughout that journey, you'll be taking on new characters to understand every layer this title has to offer. It is well known for its gothic outfits, character designs, and heartbreaking storyline. The combat in this game consists of using different weapons, chips, and your pod to attack enemies. It's made to feel incredibly clean, with combat being structured in ways that allow you to unleash big combos. This multi-genre game continues to defy expectations, and it has plenty of secrets for you to discover. Number 4. In the number 4 spot, we have Final Fantasy X. If you ask about JRPGs, the main franchise that is almost always mentioned in some form is Final Fantasy. 10 in specific features the protagonist Tidus, who is swept into another world and joins a summoner named Yuna to take on the evil, sin-plaguing Spira, their world. You'll be spending the majority of this turn-based RPG fighting battles with enemies, using spells, and even using ultimate attacks. Throughout your time, the characters may change in your party, but the energy always stays the same between the group. It has incredibly well-written characters and a story that will definitely hook you until the end. Number 3. Coming into the number 3 spot, I chose Dragon Quest XI from the Timeless series. The world of Erdea is invaded and destroyed by an army of monsters, but an infant is saved when it floats down the river to a nearby village. This infant grows up to be our protagonist. It's revealed by party members along the way that we're actually a legendary hero chosen by the World Tree to save everyone. Unfortunately, the world is plunged into darkness, and our goal, along with our friends, is to set things right. The gameplay consists of turn-based RPG mechanics where you have skills and control each party member's actions, even allowing upgrades via the skill tree to change how each character plays. It's up to you and your party to decide the fate of the world. Number 2. At number 2, we have the Persona series. I know, I couldn't just choose one game to feature, so I chose the series. The games all follow the same premise of living both a normal teenager life and a double life. You'll be spending days in class at school, have free time, as well as a dating life. The other part of the time you'll be entering dungeons, fusing demons, summoning, and beating some serious bosses. Each entry in the series has realistic characters, interesting stories, and some of the best soundtracks of all time. Honorable mentions. Every episode there are some games that just don't make the cut, so before I reveal the number 1 spot, let's hear some honorable mentions such as Tales of Berseria, Ni no Kuni, and finally Radiant Historia. Number 1. Taking the number 1 spot, we have a game that has stood the test of time, Chrono Trigger. When I started my journey into JRPGs 5 years ago, this was the title that started it all. To this day, it's still one of my favorites. It all begins when Chrono and Marl are attending the local millennial fair, where Luca and her father are presenting their brand new invention, a teleporter. Things go terribly wrong and Marl is sucked into the teleporter. Chrono, being the hero he is, jumps in to save her, and thus we begin our journey of time traveling to save our friends and help people along the way. The combat is standard turn-based, but allows you to use skills set on a timer. These skills increase in strength as the protagonist increases his trust with his friends, and they are some of the most badass combos in the game. Not only that, but the story is still legendary to this day. That finishes off our top 10. Remember to check out Senchigami's website and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Make sure to join our Discord as well. This is where we play games, watch movies, and anime, as well as meet some awesome people. Let us know what you thought of the list down in the comment section below, along with your personal top 10. Thank you once again for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.